Every time we start this podcast, I always assume like somebody's going to take over. I'm like, oh crap, I got to be the one to take over this thing. Yeah, I'm the guy. Shoot. I was waiting for somebody to do something. What's up, people? Friday, early on Friday because Chris has something to do, and I'm about to get started on what I plan to start at 7 a.m. this morning, which is to go over and I want to dial in the shelves next door. We have some clear direction on where everything's going and getting placed here, so this building is going to be put together in the next couple of weeks. I'm ready for an open house. I think we'll get arrested if we try to do that.
Yeah, I don't think now's a good time.
Soon I want to have an open house. A little yard sale open house again will always be a good thing. That's where we clean out all the trial and error stuff that I've errored on more than trialed. And we're just talking about that and all the things that I plan to quit this year. Most of them are already quit. I'm sure I'll start a few things and quit those as well. But that's the spice of life. What can I say?
Did you see the Uplift Desk stuff got here?
Yeah. Well, when do we have time to go and do that? So I got a lot of stuff to talk about today with getting people here to help us do this kind of stuff. So yeah, the video should be up here on the Facebook group by the time I get done with this, hopefully.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Actually, there were some questions. So the videos are going to Facebook first, a day before they're released.
Yeah, it's not really working because you guys aren't watching enough of them. How many views do we have, Bryce? Like 10,000? Yeah, we need 30,000. So in order to get I don't give a crap about the monetization on Facebook. What I care about is that if you're in that small subset of monetized business pages, there aren't a lot of them. My wager here is that Facebook is really going to hook us up. In fact, in the concept of them pushing videos out to other people. And, they know everybody and everything about you, so they'll find the people for us. And so we'll find another 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000 people that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to uncover by being in that small subset of monetized channels or pages on Facebook. And so what I'm asking everybody to do is go there, and the value exchange for you is that maybe you'll find your next best friend. At least that's what I'm thinking about here. Maybe, who knows what people we're missing in our little community here, and so I think Facebook can contribute to that in a smaller way than YouTube, but can contribute to that. And so what I'm doing from now until we get to 30,000 views in 60 days, which is clearly going to be tough, is to ask you, go watch that first. The platform isn't as good. The video quality doesn't look as good as YouTube. There's actually an app on like Apple TV and stuff called Facebook Watch that's pretty cool. Where we're uploading at 4K 60, so it should be decent enough. It looks decent enough on our screen. I think on your phone maybe it doesn't look as good. But you can watch all of the videos that we normally, because we have a queue of videos that we schedule each day, and so they'll be live on Facebook a day before. So if you want to stay ahead of the game, then we'll go watch it on Facebook. Do me a favor, watch it on both.
There you go.
But that's the methodology behind it. I mean, what am I going to make on Facebook? $100 a month, or well, I guess maybe it could be tens of thousands a month if you get tons and tons of views. But I think I have the sneaky suspicion that there's a possibility that I end up getting more views on Facebook than I would on YouTube. Which, again, you guys know I'm not doing this for the views, but if I can be responsible, I already have the content. Why don't we try to figure out a way to engage more people?
We have a suggestion here from Kevin. I see some of the Facebook videos, but not all of them. Maybe share them to the group as an announcement every time one comes out.
Yeah, I want to be careful with that because I don't want to ram it down your throat, but yeah, that's a good idea. And maybe I'll post that in the group, say, hey, can you guys help me out and go, watch this video on Facebook. We're like a third of the way there. So I need to get to again, it's 30,000 1-minute views in 60 days in order to get approved for monetization.
Gotcha. Does it have to be unique views, or could I watch like 3 videos that counts 3 times?
I'm sure it's unique. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. We have some questions. We have people checking in from England, UK, so welcome across the pond there. Any updates on the OG tire dressing? A couple people asked about
bottles. The bottle labels are done. The bottling machine shipped.
It shipped today.
Okay, so it's up and running. Aubrey's gonna bottle it for us, I think. So we're gonna have her help us do one bottle at a time. And so once I see the machine on property, I'm gonna launch a pre-order, and then we'll start sending it out to people.
Yeah, Mike Knapp is the guy's name. One of our followers who designed that for us. He sent me some pictures. I'll show you those later. That it looks pretty sweet.
And then the intent, I want to send the product out to the affiliates. So, Rick from Rick's Audi Double is an affiliate. Spencer Burke's an affiliate. Pan is an affiliate. Sean from Gully's Garage is an affiliate. And then I've got to, get some more people. Tommy Effia will be an affiliate. And then I'm going to open it up to influencer affiliates if you want to go out and sell stuff and make a commission on product. It's going to be 5 to 10%. We already have it up and running. Pan's already made like $5,000 off of it already, so he's killing it. He's just posting links. Simply share the link, like in his Krensla video. I think he sold like 5 Krenslas or something.
Yeah, we had a lot go out to Canada.
And so he, then we're going to cut him a check, and so it's 5%. You get paid 5% for the first. So if you sell 0 to 10,000 in a month, you get 5%. If you sell 10 to 20, it's 6%. If you sell 50K or more, it's 10%. So it'll be capped at 10. But if Pan's responsible for 250,000 in sales, I'm going to send him a $25,000 check. For the influence. And so even if you're just a regular dude and you're gonna sell a Krensla, you tell your buddy to use your link to go buy a Krensla, you're gonna get 5% back. You're gonna get a check for 5% if you're an affiliate. So again, I've always said I believe that I'm influencing influencers. And so even though we have a couple 100,000 people that are part of this thing, each person is probably responsible for another 10 or 20 people in their life and advising them on all things. So that's part of the reason why I think we're doing what we're doing. It's because we're influencing the right people.
We've got a couple super chats here. One from your friend Chris Kim out in Utah, I think is where he is. It's $5, and he says, here's 10 cents for everyone that's going to try and haggle with you on Saturday.
Oh, my gosh.
So, explain what's going on Saturday, tomorrow?
Yeah. So, I closed the gym. It just wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. And it's clearly not opening anytime soon. And when it was going to open, we were going to be starting from a worse place than where we ended up, which was already a terrible place. And so I'd rather have, I'd actually sold the gym, and then Brian said, look, I don't want to take this risk. And so when he backed out, I had another set of buyers that were interested, but the deal was going to have to be so darn sweet that it was going to be a waste of money, and I wasn't going to be completely out of it for like 40 months or 50 months or something like that. And then I'd be getting a lot less rent than I would have been getting if I had done it otherwise. So I'm just going to go join that gym that was interested in buying the gym, and instead do it. Just start fresh, start new. I've taken some time off from working out all together, and I'm actually really chomping at the bit. I'm really excited to just new people, new place, new atmosphere, and start fresh. And so I have all this stuff. I thought about building a gym at my house and all of that, and I just don't want to do that. I'll never freaking use it. So I'm liquidating all the stuff. And so I'm making very clear rules because I know how this is going to go. If you go on Rogue Fitness or any fitness site, everything is gone. Like everything is sold out. So really, from a loss perspective, I picked the exact peak of the market for fitness equipment. And so even though I have used equipment, some of it's new, but most of it's used. It's clean and works and all of that. The value of it is greater than it would have been had you had access to new equipment and sales and stuff like that. So like if you want a 45-pound plate, you can't get one. And so if I would have probably sold the plates for 50 or 60% less than what I paid for it. Instead, I'm going to sell it for 20% less than what I paid for it, just to ensure that it sells. I could probably sell it for what I paid for it if I wanted to play the game. And so every single human that I frickin' know is now messaging me, trying to get up on every other human that I know. And so I've drawn the frickin' line in the sand and said, look, here's how it's going to be. First, no negotiating. I priced everything. Most of the stuff is 50% off, 50, 40, 50, 60% off of what list would be. So I created a spreadsheet and put all the pricing on. So no frickin' negotiating. There's no reason to negotiate. If we're negotiating up. For every question anybody asks about negotiating, it's going up by 5%. And every 10 seconds into that goes up by another 5 until I punt them out the door. There's no reason to negotiate because I've priced it. I'm not asking for some ridiculous price. I'm pricing it dirt cheap in comparison to what it's worth. And so I added up at like $32,000 worth of stuff. I'm sure we'll sell everything, and I might not sell it all in one day. And so I tagged 40 or 50 of my friends, anybody I thought of that might be interested in buying it, and then they tagged a bunch of their friends. So now everybody's messaging me. Of course, everybody has this freaking sob story. First of all, what do you have to do on Saturday, May 9th, when everything's freaking closed? Cancel it. Don't give me this bullcrap sob story about how you're going to your kid's birthday. Who has a birthday party at 9 a.m.? It's Mother's Day. No, it's not. It's freaking Saturday. Tell your mother that you're coming to buy some gym equipment for 35 seconds and just get it. If you want it, make it happen. This is what's wrong with the world. It's like, oh, I don't have a job. Well, find one. Don't just sit around and complain. God, it's just so frustrating. So there will be no negotiation. And in fact, what I'm going to do, so I set very specific rules. So you can get there. I don't care if you camp out or whatever you do, but I'm going to be there. I'm strolling in at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to open the doors at 9 o'clock. I might be there at 8:50. And everybody's going to stand outside and get in line. I'll do it on the honor system. You guys want to fight, then fight. But, you can joust or whatever you want. I don't give a crap what you want to do. But, the smart thing, whoever's there first, stand in line first. And I'm going to let 5 people in at a time. Because last thing I want to do is have a bunch of fit people boxing each other out to go try to grab some freaking dumbbells. So what I'm going to do, I created these very specific rules. I posted it on Facebook. I said, here's the deal. Here's the spreadsheet of all the things we have. I'm going to post the pricing tonight. I just didn't have it done yet. I wasn't trying to be cute about it. I didn't have the pricing figured out yet. And so I'm going to set the price. The price is the price. And I know, Chris is right. People are going to say, well, if I buy 6. No. If you buy 60 things, I don't care. The price it's already built in. So I don't understand what it has to do with anything anyway. If I'm going to sell it to somebody else for full price, why would I sell it to you for less? I'm already selling it for less. So no negotiating. Then I'm going to let 5 people come in at a time. I'm going to hand you a roll of tape. You're going to take the tape. And I'm going to stand there like a freaking hawk. And if somebody pulls tape off something else, people aren't going to do that. So I'm trying to make sure it doesn't turn into Black Friday at Walmart, and there's a free TV that's a garbage, This is actually good stuff that nobody can get. And so every single human that I know is proceeded to, these are all the same people that head to the front of the line in everything they do, trying to, hey man, we go back a long way. Can I get this? No. It's 9 a.m. Saturday. Just, get in line. And then we'll sell everything, and then it's out of my life. And then I can chalk it up to life experience.
There you go. Buying
a gym does not get you in shape. The problem is I was so darn disgusted with the gym that I never wanted to go. I was beating my head against the wall trying to get it the way I wanted it to be, and I just couldn't get it done unless I did it myself. So that's why I'm done with it. And I sold it. And the guy didn't buy it, understandably, because it was garbage, and so I closed it. I mean, the gym is inconsequential. I didn't buy it to make money. I bought it so that it, but I also didn't buy it to spend $5,000 a month to work out. That's just a stupid business decision. So I bought it so that it can exist and it can be the structure the way I wanted it to look and the way I wanted it to operate. And when that wasn't happening, I'm out. So that's the story. So Chris, watch me. No negotiation.
So Chris Kim, he said that was $5 well spent. He just to trigger you.
I knew
There
it
you
was.
go.
God
Well done.
dang it, you freaking idiots.
Well done, Dr. Kim. Jordy says hello from the Netherlands. That's cool. Hey, Jordy. Let's see here. When will we see the Ego Blower short nozzle from Apex Air?
Just kind of cue you in on how this game works, right? So, you know, David 3D printed them, right? So he spent a bunch of money to get this thing, you know, one-off. So he probably has 2 or 3 prototypes of, you know, 3D printed. Send me one that, you know, it's not a production model. It's just a 3D printed thing with, you know, spring loaded and all that. So it would need to be, you know, production ready. And so you have to make a choice. Do you spend, you know, $50,000 on a blow mold for the, you know, that's made out of aluminum that lasts like 10,000 castings, or do you, I don't know if it's called a casting, but, you know, 10,000 molds, or do you buy a stainless steel one that costs $125,000? And then how much engineering do you spend to get the, you know, product tested and vetted? And so to, you know, develop a product like this is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so, you know, how many are we going to sell? You know, 2,000, 5,000? Because all these, you know, these plastic manufacturers are like, well, how many you want? You want 1 million, 2 million, 4 million? And so the niche is small. And so what we've got to figure out is, one, how to fund that. Do we launch some sort of pre-order type, Kickstarter type thing? Do we launch something like that to help have you guys, kind of like what I'm doing with the Pressall bottles, where I'm crowdsourcing funding for this project, which we've raised enough noise, by the way, that we have the CEO of Pressall Germany getting on the line with Chris and I on Monday. I want to talk to them about what our next steps are. Now that we finally have bottles that work, theoretically, I think they're working. We haven't heard any negative feedback. And again, I don't expect 100 out of 100 bottles to work, but if 95 out of 100 last 6 months or a year under heavy use, we're on to something. And so the development of the product is a major cost, unless we find some company wants to partner with us and make it. So what I urged David Beaver to do was to drop all the formalities, don't show up in a suit, but go out and try to sell a company on making it for them, and I'll sell it. And then if I'm going to sell it, which I kind of already had, I don't want to own his company, but I want to have some sort of residual benefit of the future sales of the product. Like with a lot of the products that have come out, like the MTM SGS 28, the Bead Maker, these products that, I had a major part in launching those products. I've got nothing from it other than what I've sold myself. And so now if I'm going to leverage all of this work and all of you, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm, being paid sponsorship revenue. I want to be in a situation where, I'm just getting credited for the effort, credited for what, the value that I created by, launching a product. And so I think having exclusivity on something like that would be a mistake. But for everybody involved to say, hey, only I can sell it, because how many are we going to sell? 10,000 at the most. But what if there's a market for 100,000 of them? The thing to remember is that Ego is the ultimate, the highest of end of the most expensive of battery-powered, leaf blowers. First of all, how many of those have sold, and then how many people that use those use them to wash cars? It's a small niche. So, to spend $100,000 on a mold, we're gonna have to sell these things for $180 a piece, and we'll only sell 500 of them. So that's the question. So it's an interesting conundrum. It's an interesting case study, and something that David's doing some legwork on. And I told him I'm willing to market it and help him sell it, and we'll figure out some sort of mutually beneficial equal exchange in value where we'll be able to share in the proceeds of it. Because in the past I would have said, yeah, man, let me do it for you, and then I get nothing out of that other than I get to sell 1,000 of them when I'm responsible for the sale of every one of them. So how do I manage that? Now, I'm sure some people don't like me saying that, but it's the truth.
All right, let's see. We got a super chat here from Taylor Knight. He didn't include a question, but I'm going to go to another question he asked here. Are you going to be restocking the Silver Hex keychain in the store?
Yeah, Eric just sent me an email the other day. Said, "Hey, you want me to make some more of them?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yep. So those will be back.
Did we sell all of them, both the silver and the other, or do we still have some of the others left?
We still have some of the others. The silver,
the bronze one.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that one. I need to steal one of those for my my S2000 or S2000, my Civic Si.
Let's see here. Hello, OG crew from Canada. Hey, Chad. More Canadians. Good. Just what we need here. Brian Deal. There's our buddy Brian checking in. I'm sure it's been asked before. This is from Christopher Trader. I have the answer to this question no matter what Matt says.
Uh-oh.
Over the past year, I've bought $2 pairs to $30 pairs. Have you found the OG spec boxer briefs?
I don't know.
Yes. It's Under Armour boxer jock. Go with the 9-inch inseam. You don't want the 6-inch or the 3-inch wearing boy shorts. So, Under Armour boxer jock. They're like $20 each. They're not that terrible.
I think I have some of those. I don't know.
No.
I have some Hanes bull crap.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you plan on doing any videos testing any Geon products?
Yeah, I mean, I just washed the Corvette with it. I used several of them, and nothing's really got me super excited. A lot of it's going to depend on CarPro's ability to continue to deliver. I mean, they keep running out of everything. So, I'm going to have a conversation with Corey about, if we can't have some sort of agreement that we're going to get the stuff. I'm loyal to Corey. Corey gave me a shot. But there's a lot of stuff. I mean, Geon is basically a copy of CarPro, an improvement on the original CarPro, and then they've kind of veered off the different paths since then. But there hasn't been anything yet that I've been like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. The rubber and tire cleaner is not very good at all. I don't like Essence. Bathe is one of the things that Bathe, if they made it in a gallon, I'd probably take it right now. But I still think Adams soap is a little bit better, and it's sold in gallons, and it smells a lot better. Yeah, so I mean, Prep and Eraser are pretty much the same exact product. Tarex and Tar are pretty much the same product. I'll probably do their clay bar. I'm really torn on Invisible Glass versus Geon Glass Cleaner. They're so close. I'm not sure which one I like better, and so the Geon stuff that I'll add will be limited. I want to talk to Jeff about the tire covers are really cool. If they can make them with a goofy "I love to G my car." It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Whoever came up with that slogan, it must have been a Korean translation or something, because there's no way in heck anybody in their right mind would do something like that. Their travel bag is super cool too. I'm working through it. The metal polish is good. Bryce keeps trying to talk me into offering some goofy, one of those like Dura whatever, goofy Facebook marketed bull crap that I refuse. I don't even care if it's the best product in the world. I'm not doing it. So anyway, yeah, I'm working through it. It's part of my process. Same thing with Angel Wax. Same thing with every product. I have to love it, and it's just again, I sort of trust my gut on things and. To even try it, and so I've narrowed the line down, and then, but certainly all of these companies. I mean, you could use every Geon product and be great, just fine. You could buy Griots, you could buy CarPro, you could buy, just do their coating topper, their whole system. I like to curate. So, and part of it is you're leveraging my thoughts.
All right, I have a couple questions here that I know are actually going to come up in an upcoming video. So the first one was from Rick. Hey there, Matt. Are you still considering putting the locking cords on a reel? I have the OG locking cord and would definitely pay for that.
Yeah, I just put it in mine on three of the four, so I want to make sure it works. and then it was super easy to do. It took me like 15 minutes each. Actually, I think that video will be up here in a few hours showing me doing it. Disclaimer in that don't get yourself killed. You're dealing with electrical. But it's, unscrew a couple wire nuts, screw a couple new wire nuts as you're taking your, how much are those Prolock cords? Like $70 or something like that. You're going to cut the end off of it. And that's a nerve-wracking move. So I took one of these, $100 power cords and cut the darn plug off it so I could, wire it in. But yeah, I think it's viable. I love it having that. I was struggling for me personally, because almost all of my power cord needs are coming from my from my reels, my power cord reels. And so I'm like, dang it, I love these things, but I'm never using them. And so putting them in the Cox reels makes a huge makes a whole lot of sense and made a huge difference in how they function. Now I just want to make sure that the smooth jacket that they come with doesn't have any sort of problems in the reel.
All right, let's see. This is from MChamps in the chat here. Any updates on the PF22 Quick Connect availability? Yes, we have more in the works.
Did we sell out of all of them again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. I thought we still had some over there.
We
have them because we're backed up on orders trying to catch up, right?
Correct. And we have,
Yeah, so from an order perspective, just know, we're here working, doing 200-300 orders a day. The problem is you're ordering 300 or 400 orders a day, and so we're working through them. So just I don't feel too bad because Amazon, I order things and it takes 2 weeks to get here. So good news is we're not 2 weeks behind, but we're also starting to run into supply chain issues. Companies don't have what we need, so just bear with me. We're rolling through it, and again, you'll see a video on Facebook, and I want to talk about that in a minute, but of who we need to hire.
All right, Richard asked in the chat here, will you restock the CSL XO combo kit for the giveaway? Yes, I just checked. It is good to go. In the beginning, we had a certain limited number, but now we've had to order more and more and more, so I adjusted that, so it's good to go now.
So we've gone through the 250?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. I had no idea. What did I tell Eric? I said, we think we need to do 250. And so I said, but just send me 50 of them, and we'll see what happens. We sold the 50 in 8 minutes. Well, part of that was Caw bought 30 of them, and we sold them out in 15 minutes, and then the next 50, and the next 50. So I'm so appreciative. It's so awesome that people like what we're doing, and it's humbling. It's exciting. Seeing the Civic, I kind of had a hunch the Civic would be popular, but I think that it's going to become more and more popular as people see the process. And it's funny, like the new people that come in haven't seen the cars that I put together in the past, and so there's no one in their freaking right mind would want a 2000 Civic stock. It's god awful. It's slow. The seating position's terrible. The steering is terrible. It's everything about it's awful. It looks cool. It's a nice, cool looking car, but it's just terrible. It's even going to be terrible when I'm finished, but it's going to be at least palatable. The whole appeal of that car is to unbolt things and bolt things back on, and so I'm going to do it right. There's only one way I know how to do it. I literally just had like one of the top probably 50 guys in the world come up here and like tweak every square inch of the metal to make it look amazing. So just give me a shot here, people. Problem is none of the people that are that are making these comments are going to see this. Someday they might, as they start to realize, oh man, this guy's got his crap together. I'm telling you, the Civic is going to be freaking legit. I just ordered 5 sets of wheels. The problem is there's nowhere to find out what to do, right? I've called 4 companies, and this is worse than Corvette World, because these guys, remember the poor and stupid comment got me in so much trouble with some people because they didn't understand what I was talking about. Talking about like when I was 20, I was poor and I was stupid. Well, these companies, these Honda companies that make stuff are used to dealing with people that are poor and stupid. And so what's coming around is me, the 40-year-old dad that now has a little bit of scratch, is starting to come back to these cars just for the fun of it, for the nostalgia of it. And I like to think I'm going to have a pretty big part of that for this, Civic, and they just can't take me seriously. So I called Matt from ICB, and I'm like, here's what I want to do, man. I want to pay somebody to help me consult on this and help me find some parts in Japan. I know you're an expert. He's like, please hold. And then I get back on, the little twinkle music comes on. His wife comes on. He says, who's this? I'm like, this is Matt Mormon. I was just talking to your Matt about buying a bunch of stuff. And then she goes, okay, please hold. So he comes back on, and then he's like, so what do you need? Can you send? What's the list? I said, no, Matt. Look, I know this sounds weird, but I'm a 40-year-old dad who's come into some money, and I bought my old Civic. Please hold. And we got in this loop. And so then at the end of it, I finally said, Matt, I'm going to buy one of everything. Can you help me buy it? I want to give you my money right now and help me buy it. Please hold. And they hung up on me. So if one of our big purchasers called me, Bob or Jim, one of these guys that Eddie, we're building a freaking insane garage up in the Northeast. If he calls me, I freaking pick up the phone and I figure out how to make time, and because he's going to buy $100,000 worth of stuff, and so unfortunately I don't think they get that very often. And so I did the same thing with JHP. I finally said I got a guy. And so he's like, "Wow, we're real busy, and I'm going to work." Like, I guarantee you no one wants to buy as much stuff for a stupid Honda Civic as I do right now. Please help me. Help, for God's sakes. And so I said, screw it to all of them. I'm doing it on my own. So Tommy Farrell, Tommy Effiez helped me out. Bought some stuff from Japan. Bought some stuff from I think Matt from ICB. I just put $12,000 there the other day. So I think he finally understands that maybe I'm not full of crap. But I want to build this car. The good news is that everything's coming together a lot quicker than I thought. It all depends on when Nengun in Japan gets me the seats and the seat rails. And but I ordered Spoon SW388s. I ordered Volk RE30 Series 3, TE37 RTs. I ordered Desmond Regamasters. Those won't be here till August. So the Spoons and the Regamasters are pretty much the same thing. I don't think the Spoon is made by Regamaster anymore, but I think they were. But the cool thing is going to be to compare the two. Make a video. Here's the difference between the two. And then what was the other set of wheels I got? Oh, I got CE28Ns. So I got one set of 15s, 4 set of 16s, and all different offsets. I just bought some Potenza, Bridgestone Potenza RE71Rs in 205, 45, 16. I bought Dunlop Dureza Z3s in 225, 45, 16. I'm trying to maintain similar stock overall diameter. And then I bought, what did I get? I think I bought Toyo Proxy Toyo Proxy R1Rs in 205, 50, 15. Because the TE37 RTs are 15 by 8 plus 35. So I'm going to have to get the rear fenders rolled. That's the only hacky thing I'm going to have to do to the car is roll the rear fender. But I shouldn't have to cut or mold or drill anything. It's all going to be basic bolt-on with great stuff. I got everything from Hard Race ordered, so the entire subframe is going to be really super dialed in. I got Spoon rigid collars, Spoon brakes, so Spoon, twin block calipers. I'm not doing a 5-lug. I'm going to stay 4-lug. I bought Spoon rotors, but I'd like to swap those out for Project Mu, or I might even get some Brembo rotors, the Moton 3-way. And then we're going to do the B18 swap. And, I don't care what you say. At the end of this, my wager is you're going to I think it's pretty legit. Is that what I'm in?
Yep.
You've been keeping track this time?
Yep.
So I'm $66,762.27 in.
That's as of yesterday, so there might be.
But I mean, there's not a lot more that I need to buy. Maybe another $10,000. Well, I got the motor, which will be another 10. maybe 11. So that'll put me at 76. And then let's say another. I have to buy 2 more sets of tires for the other sets of wheels.
That does include the purchase price, by the way, for this.
Yeah, the $25,000 for the car. Yeah, so it'll probably be same 80 to 100. When it's all said and done. But again, we'll have a giveaway and we'll sell. I think we're going to sell more for that car than anything else, times 5. And so I'm going to make a video on Inside the Hex talking about my methodology behind this stuff. And then you get to count in how many new people do we find, how much stuff do they buy, how much AdSense do we gain from all of this. But all of it is contingent upon I just want to do it. Even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I don't think I'd spend this much money on it, but it would be something I would want to do. So I'm doing it.
All right, let's see here. Dan Pfeiffer, our friend up in Minnesota, says, hello from my garage, doing a full correction and coating on my kid's new car. That's awesome. Yeah, Thanks to the OG crew for getting my supplies out quickly this week.
Thanks, we're trying, man. My dad I can see it in his eyes. He's ready to hang it up.
We're about to lose him.
I gotta get a stat, get him some people stat. So, yeah.
All right, we have a super chat here from SC1 for $5. Just says, cheers to the Church of Mormon. There you go.
What is he saying? I'm preaching here? Is that what I'm doing?
I think so. Hello, OG from Raleigh. Has there been any thought on OG spec way to reduce the length of the Krenzla power cord?
Well, the way to do it is to open it up. You cut it and then wire nut it inside. That's the way to go. Not to cut it in half and splice it together like I did. Don't do that.
Let's see. Mark here in the chat says, shout out to Kyle for helping me get the Karcher 1700 with all the new OG spec Mosmatic stuff.
When are our Karchers due?
The end of May.
Oh, so they don't have them.
No, they have 0.
Got it. That's why we don't have them.
Correct. So yeah, if you're on the lookout for a Karcher, it's going to be a little while no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Yoshi is checking in for the moon today. That's cool. He was in Antarctica last week. He's on the moon today. Got a pretty good signal up there.
Shoot.
Let's see. Just want to say, this is from Jason in the chat, that the 20-year-old in me is glued to the EM1 Civic series. I had a 99 Civic EX because I couldn't afford the SI, and I always regretted it.
See, I'm much more interested in him than I am the actual 20-year-old. But there's a lot of Jeffs in there that are 20 that are great, and I'm just not interested in the cranky Poro that has no chance of a future. Those guys don't interest me at all. All they do is complain. Everybody's out to get them. You should leave this thing alone. I said, well, you ever driven one of these things? Because it freaking sucks. So you wouldn't want it this way because it's terrible. I'm driving around with my head touching the roof. I can't reach the gear shifter. It's too low. I'm like, this thing is terrible. But, man, it looks so cool. So let's not, maybe this will redeem me with the Corvette people because I'm talking about my first car, which I loved so much. It's so terrible that's why it's so great. I love it. It's just so much fun. So much fun to do and have and play with, but I have no interest in keeping this thing long term. This is a fun project, very different than my S2000, where I thought this was going to be like my life's mission. I'm going to have this car and get all the cars that got away, and then I hated it. So it just wasn't what I remembered it being.
Let's see. Sterling Maxima says, thank you for the Speed Queen recommendation. It was spot on.
Ooh,
so that's your washer and dryer recommendation.
Yeah,
right?
So for those who are not aware, if you're new here, Speed Queen, go old school. You don't want this high-efficiency bull crap, especially if you do any kind of working out and sweating a lot. And your clothes smell like funk because it doesn't even use enough water. And so, this is the one place. Maybe do a little extra recycling to offset this or something. Maybe don't water your grass as much. But do the Speed Queen top load. I forget the model number. There's a Gen 2 and a Gen 1. You want the Gen 1. It's like, I think it's a TC5. So if you go on a Speed Queen site, there's one on the top, one on the bottom. You want the one on the bottom because it uses the original drum and the original agitation. And it's dirt cheap. But the only problem is it's hideous. So you have like a nice laundry room. Luckily, my laundry room's kind of hideous right now. It's on the docket to change up what it looks like in there. I mean, they're the puke white, nasty looking, crappy things. But yeah, it's you need to get that. Less than $2,000 for the set. Amazing.
Bryce or Mike here checked in and said the reel video, the hose reel video, went live this morning on Facebook. So if you
oh yeah, I like that. Go watch the video. Watch 1 minute, and then you can turn it off. And then tell everybody you know. Watch it for 1 minute. We need to get monetized. Monetized. I need more money. That's what you would say if you were a naysayer.
George or Jorge says new subscriber here from Palmetto, Florida. So welcome.
Sweet
to have you. Aaron Murciano wants to know: can you apply vinyl decals to a car that has bead maker applied to it?
I wouldn't. I would remove it. I'd want to get it, stripped. So, just use some, isopropyl alcohol, wipe it off. What I would probably do is actually grab a polisher, just do a quick little polishing there, and then use some alcohol and then apply it. That's what I would do.
We have a super chat here. Jim L, $50 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Florida gents. Curious, Matt, if you think moving to the other side of the building, plus new racking, etc., will be enough new capacity to keep from drowning in the volume. All the best, your Canadian e-commerce friend in the trenches.
Certainly not. We're okay right now because we're blowing through all the inventory, but when it all starts coming back in, we have we have enough capacity to probably, maybe 6 months, but I'm going to have to move out for sure. So I want to hold on, six, maybe nine months. If we keep rolling, I'm going to have my garage, have my taxes paid off, be ahead with the IRS, have, I get out from underneath all the costs of Raymond James. So I finish that up here next month, and stockpile a bunch of cash, and I can build my garage, and we'll be bulletproof. So I'll get the demo stuff out of here. I really don't want to separate if I can help, because then the people that are here kind of lose some of the fun and some of the essence of the whole thing. And so we're talking about toying with the idea of doing, setting up some video shoot sets. I really want an unboxing studio area. Wait till you see what the new mic is going to add in our, especially our product specific stuff. Our least performing stuff, the things that people aren't engaged with as much as our product videos, because it's just me standing there, the camera's 10 feet away, and you can't see squat. So I want to have like a bulletproof, beautiful, amazing looking unboxing area, and I want to voice over more and make it more palatable, because I think that I can help people buy stuff. I think I can help people, understand stuff, and so I've also think that I can build a studio better than most. If you see, behind the scenes of any YouTube guy's studio, it's like a freaking bomb went off. And so I'm going to force these, creative types that work for me to become zip tie friendly. And so we might, the CrossFit gym, I might just lease the building from myself. And we might start to build some studios up there that hold us over until we can build a big facility somewhere. But we need to manage the risk of this. What happens if the economy gets completely destroyed, and even with all of our charm, we can't convince people to buy stuff. So there's an ebb and flow there. But wait till you see the videos. Again, I don't want to change. Sorry, I don't care if I cut you off. I'll keep going. But I don't want to. I don't want to lose the essence of the videos. It's very important to me that, when I drop the frickin' thing on my head, that we leave that in. That we capture that. But we just had a meeting yesterday with all the the media guys. So Mike, and Bryce. Now we have a video expert, a cinematographer, like a high-level cinematographer, to help us with the output of videos, but mainly how the videos are put together. I don't ever want to be scripted. I refuse to do that. But I also think we could change have the same messaging in a more digestible format, sprinkled in with the old school wash and talk. So most people don't want to see the product video unless they're watching the product video. I want to make it so that you would watch the product video because it's awesome, not just because you're interested in the product. And so the vlogs, the sit in front of the camera and talk for 45 minutes, the wash and talks, I don't intend on changing any of those other than them being color corrected properly and maybe shot with some better angles and things like that. But I still want to have the full stream of consciousness. But I also, like when we're doing a suspension install or a product specific video, I want to improve that immensely by having better transitions. I even gave them the go ahead to think about the possibility of having a few music transitions, but not some goofy EDM drops. I want to create a branded thing that's our music specifically. So anyway, we're working on continued improvement forever and ever and ever. And, we're making it up. So I want to make it freaking insane.
Here's a good question from Xantonin in the chat. Hey, Matt, I'm transforming my garage OG spec, and I saw some other people doing the same on Facebook in the group. Have you thought about collecting some of these photos and showcasing some of them in any way?
Yeah, certainly. It's certainly on the list. It's something that would be of real value to create a Rolodex of, here are ideas. Here's more, ideas that you could do. I'm not sure how to organize that yet with the staff that we have, but I could see that becoming a job where the job is to reach out to customers. We're going to have the best customers in the world that build the best garages in the world, and so why not start to leverage all of these amazing people to start to create a Rolodex of information, whether it's video features or photos, send a photographer around the country taking great photos of the garages that then we can utilize on the site for people to sift through. And it would be just like everything else where you have the garage and then underneath it you have the description and links to all the products. And the end goal would be that every link to every product I have, that kind of thing, that we become the standard for all things garage related. That's part of Obsessed Garage Design as we work toward that. I say we have Obsessed Garage Design now, but we're nowhere near. We don't deserve that billing of being called design right now. What we're doing is this is very similar to like the level of design I'd gotten into in home theater. I'm going to help you buy everything you need to do, make sure it all fits together, get you all the parts and pieces. But we're not doing true design yet. But it's very clear to me that Kyle is the guy for that job, to run that and build that, and we'll end up with a bunch of artists in that realm as well. So I'm looking for, media will be very media specific, product specific, really product focused. Design will be very how it all fits together specific. But both sides are going to have some hybrid ability to sell and ability to technically put things together. I'm excited for what the future holds for this. I know what people want. Now it's about delivering on that.
All right, we had a question earlier I wanted to get back to because there is some new stuff here. They asked, why are there no GT3 RS illustrations available? And I think now we do have these, right? Yeah,
so they're up. We have them. I think we're waiting on a little bit for the .2. No, the .2 is available too. So we were holding them back for the Corvette giveaway, but they're available now. I'll be making a post on Instagram. These do gain you entries into the M5 giveaway, and so I'm hoping for a little push at the end here to get me into the black. We're still in the red. And then I can, feel really great about doing the M5 giveaway. And I'm really excited for who that goes to. I hope it goes to like an 18-year-old kid and he has this freaking $100,000 M5. It'd just be so ironic. He drives it to his parents' 1,600 square foot house and has this M5 out front. I just think that would be really cool. But ultimately, what I ultimately hope is that somebody who really wanted an M5 gets the M5. But again, once you get it, you can do whatever you want. Sell it, part it out, keep it, rag it out, do whatever you track it. It really doesn't matter to me. I built it. I've gotten out of it what I wanted to get out of it, and now I want it to go to somebody else.
So there are 5 new illustrations that are added in.
Yeah. So the 991.1 GT3 RS, the Gen 1 Raptor, which looks way cool on a poster. I think it's probably the best looking car on a poster that we've done. The Gen 2 Raptor, the GT350, the Z06, and the .1, .2 GT3. So they're all up there now. They're all eligible, and they're really nice.
Connor says hello from Ireland. Hey, Connor. Mateo wants to know, does the OG website ship worldwide?
Yep.
Yes, we definitely do.
Yeah, it's just super expensive. Somebody made a comment the other day on Facebook saying, well, I buy all kinds of stuff, but Australia, blah, blah, blah. Well, think about it. You're trying to get something like, how many thousand miles of that? 11,000 miles, something insane. Away to get it there is costly, and then you have import duties and taxes. So just to put it in perspective, I bought the spoon wheels, spoon plug wires. I bought the Mugen seats. I bought some bride seat rails. So I think my ticket was $6,000 and change, and then it was $1,800 in shipping. But I needed it, and it's not here. So what else am I going to do? And so I would look at it. So I didn't pay $1,500 a seat. I paid $1,900 or $2,000 a seat. So if you want buckets and you want them in Australia and you don't have them, I would, if I wanted them and it cost me $600 to get them, I'd pay $600. So just know that sending things overseas, that's just what it costs. It's not. Well, I'm not trying to get rich off of shipping. I'd rather shipping just disappear, but it's a big part of the cost of things. So, but yeah, we ship all over the place. We get it there. A lot of times, it gets there freaking faster than. Was that one dude on Facebook posted the thing? Or on Instagram, I shared it. He got it to the UK in like 2 days. It's like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Let's see. We have a new. You might like this screen name here. Number one Matt Mormon fan has been posting here.
And it's been retracted, yeah. So that means that... wait, what did he say? Let me see
This one says, hi guys, what are your thoughts on Nanoskin's new ceramic line? I know it's small quantities, but it's been taking over from Beadmaker here in Australia. So we have a fan.
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even know they had that. Well, shucks. Can't know it all.
All right, let's see. We have another super chat here from Redith Graham. Just ordered some Prevost piping from your shop.
Yeah, it's good.
Thanks. Wouldn't have known about it without your channel. Nice to find people who are as obsessed about the little things as I am.
Cool, man. Yeah, Prevost is good. Really, really good. We got to work with it all week, Mike and I, getting it set up. Well, me watching Mike work with it. And then the one thing I had left to do, I got it all messed up. So, yeah, it's great. Great stuff.
All right, any ETA on quick disconnects? OG hose storage plug for Cobra Jet hose. Yes, Kevin is working on them now. I emailed him today, and we're hoping for that next week. So that's the ETA on those. Those always go pretty quickly. Oh, Megan Haynes is in the chat here. Are you planning to make a poster with Chris's old Camry on it? Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that would sell very well.
Yeah.
I would buy one, though. I would then retract myself from the giveaway.
It would be kind of fun to see how many we sold. Be the number one seller.
You'd be upset when it outsold.
People would buy it just to stick it to me and throw it away. They punt it straight in the trash. It'd be the best $40 they ever spent to see me go on a crazy rant.
Let's see.
Super chat. Everybody super chat. If you want to, if I raise $500 in super chat, I will have the Camry poster made. Do we have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Like a side profile photo?
I think Bryce took some.
All right. $500 in super chat, and I will have the Camry made, and I will sign every one of them personally. And you'll be able to hold that over my head for the rest of my life.
Oh, man. Hold on. Let me check my wallet. I want to see how much.
Shoot.
All right. Here's our friend James checking in. Ordered my giveaway hat last night. Ready to add it to my collection of OG Trucker hats. Will it be available after the giveaway if I want more?
Yeah, I think we're going to keep that one in stock. The beauty of that one, one of the byproducts we found of the Yupong or Yapung, the actual Flex Fit Trucker hat, is that we're 1% of the way there. We're almost there. It kind of sweats through really quickly, so.
Yeah, that sweat stain goes through.
Yeah, that's no good.
All right. Sterling Maximus says he would buy a Camry illustration. Simon Restrepo, hey, that's a former student of mine. Hello, Chris and Matt from a former student of Mr. Haynes. He sent me a message today wanting to buy all your stock parts off of your Civic when you sell it. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no stock parts getting sold.
Oh, sorry, Simon.
I'm going to keep everything, and we're going to keep this, keep this thing simple. I'm going to keep all the parts. It's going to go to the next person, and then they can put it back together or do whatever they want with it. You know, chances are someone's going to win it, and they're going to part it out to some extent, and they may want some of the stock parts. Oh, crap.
Here comes Yoshi. Yoshi, $200. Let's get this started.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
So now we're at 205. Lewis, $5. Hey, Matt, are you really thinking about ditching Angel X Bliss and Eden? What would you replace it with?
I don't know. You know, I just feel like it doesn't last as long as I'd like. You know, a couple of days would be good. I mean, it just depends on how you spray it in the car. You know, Kyle was, arguing with me, or he was saying, well, I'll get like a week out of it, and that's kind of what we're hoping for. So they smell so good, so I'm not going to ditch them, but I would like something a little better.
Let's see. We have a super chat here from Thomas. ETA on Pressall 1.3 and Werther compressors to buy. My 2 new Rupes machines from OG are on the way. Can't wait to get them. Thanks for the hard work.
So 1.3s are here. I can't quite tell if the blacks and reds are 1.3. They don't feel like it, but I think they are. So that's why we have a call. One of the main things I want to talk about with Pressall, I want to convince them to make a gallon to match too. If they could do that, man, it'd be insane. So 1.3s are here, and we have some of the other colors left, I think, still. So we can get them. Werther compressors, we have them ready to go. I think that video should be live here shortly. Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah, it's pouring in.
What are we at? Oh,
we're 265.
Oh, shoot.
Pretty close. 53% of the way there.
Freaking Camry. Shoot. You get double entries for the for the giveaway. Bryce, how quickly can you get that thing made? All proceeds definitely do not go to Chris. What was I talking about? I have no idea.
The Camry. The Pressalls and 1.3.
Oh yeah, the Werther stuff. I have them. Have all the pricing to build it out. So if you want one, just shoot me an email and I'll get you one. What's the pricing on the Silver 3? I think the Silver 3 is like $5,200. The one that I have in there, and then the little ones are $1,785. And then we'll have a video explaining it all. But we can they have in stock, so we can get them to you. I just haven't gotten it finished yet.
All right, let's see. Have you thought about doing a classic muscle car like the Civic, bringing in a whole new market? I think a muscle car bringing in a giant new market, even if it's not something you like, it'd be a huge opportunity from a business perspective.
Yeah. I have to see. The key is I have to want to do it. I have to want it in order to, to make it work. The Corvette was so borderline that I wanted to do that. I wanted to experience it, but 30 seconds in, I unwanted that experience if I could help it. But yeah, the Corvette left yesterday. Exit interview will be up here. I know the video's edited. I don't know what day we have it scheduled, but exit wash, and oh boy, it's gonna get me some hate, I'm sure. But man, all joking aside, that car, like I saw Mike drive it. We had both cars here, and I had him drive it home. Oh my gosh, it's just. It sounds insane. So the dude Robert who's getting it in Texas, when that thing comes off the truck, if they keep it clean, it's, especially if you were into Corvettes, it looked freaking gnarly, man. So good on him. He freaking took me for $50,000. I sold it for 75, and whatever what was it? We were in $120K into that thing. So. As a new I've forgotten we did a new windshield on it. It's legit. So legit.
All right, so let's see. We have $25
Oh, shoot.
super chat from Salaluge. Camry FTW for the win. Detailer Jeff is donating $25. Let's get this Camry. Let's see. Jacob Hopkins, $100. Camry.
I need to stop underestimating people. I need to pick bigger numbers.
His picture there is when he was here at OGHQ. That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
And then Yoshi says we need to slam the Camry for
I'm
the
gonna give all this money back.
Bryce,
so what are we at? We're almost there, aren't we?
Bantish, another $4.99. Camry, please. All right. All Day Anthony says Camry's about to get more love than the Civic. Oh no, my wife is donating money now. This is bad. That's half mine.
You text her and said please donate 25.
25 from her. Sterling Maxima 101 is at $2. All right.
Can we
getting
make sure it
close.
shows like water beating on one side of the hood?
Just on one side. We'll make it as accurate as possible.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
hold on. I got to do some math here while we answer the next question. There's another 5.
So let me talk about the job here while you're
Okay.
adding up.
You do
So I gotta go click publish. I think the video's rendered, but I just made a video for the Facebook group, and I'll mention it to you here. So, you know, we've got to create. We're probably going to have, you know, continued need for employees, and I don't want to just hire people locally just because I can. We've kind of exhausted our resources of who we know and who we want to work with. And so now we need to start to branch out and discover other. I want to have an army of the Jeffs of the world and the Kyles of the world and the Bryces that love this, you know, that love the stuff, that love the cars and all that goes with it. And I know there are lots and lots of people that would want to come here and be a part of this thing. And so there's a video that I'm posting to sort of explain that we're going to be creating. We've created an email address, an inbox of careers@obsessedgarage.com. Bryce is building out a page on the site that will live there forever, so people will be able to submit resumes. But there's 3 jobs, maybe 4, that we need to fill like tomorrow or
There it is.
or yesterday. I lost my train of thought.
3 jobs we need to fill yesterday.
So, oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Camry poster. You guys better freaking buy this poster. If we're gonna spend, I'm gonna pay Bryce $1 zillion to make this thing, and then I've got. Oh God dang!
I got to get to this comment from Kevin here real quick. This is good.
Hold on, let me finish my thing here. So anyway, we're looking. So go join the Facebook group if you're not in it. Don't give me this bull crap. Like, I'm not on Facebook. We'll create a fake profile or something. Don't be a baby. If you're not on Facebook, you're not hired. How's that sound? So anyway, in the Facebook group, we've got. If you've been kicked out of the Facebook group, then you're not going to get hired either. So that pretty much solves it. But I'm looking for some people who want to come here, and all the jobs are going to be fun and great. You're like this is like Disneyland for maybe not so much Chris, other than he gets to do this kind of bull crap and make pictures of Camrys just to get under my skin. But all the people that are here, it's freaking awesome. So much fun. I mean, everybody has to work, and everybody works hard, but we're hopefully all working on stuff we want to work on. And so I would wager you show up here for a $30,000 or $40,000, $50,000 a year job, depending on what qualifications are and what job I have, and you can freaking change the organization. You're gonna probably make more money than you would out in the marketplace long term, but it's a risk. It's a risk to come here. It's a risk for me to employ people. And so I talk a lot about what we're looking for, the positions we're looking for. We need some packers, some shippers. The other position is going to be a customer service / shipping type position, someone integrating or connecting. So I'm looking for someone who is a great multitasker that's going to connect shipping to to accounting, or we'll call it the mathematics department that Chris is creating, to technical support, back to media, and so I'm looking for a connector there that can multitask. Somebody's going to be dealing with Swiss Trax flooring, Krenzel pressure washers. You're going to have direct conduits to these companies, and you're going to be answering everybody's questions like, "Where's my crap?" Or, what's going on here? And being able to balance and do all of this stuff. So it's going to become a very important position that's going to turn into probably 10 positions, but I need somebody who can multitask it and run it all right now. But it's probably a $40,000 position. Again, just depends on the qualifications. And I talk about this in the video. I don't hear this bull crap about $30,000 or $40,000. That's not enough money. That's not a lot of money. Well, what happens if it turns into more money? What happens if you're great? It's a risk, and you're gonna have to pack up your crap and move to Florida, and give it a shot. I mean, that's what every person who's ever made it at anything has had to do. So anyway, that's going to be up in the Facebook group here in the next hour or so, and yeah, let's make it happen. I need some more people here immediately, so we can get out of this hole of not being able to ship the orders instantaneously like I want.
All right, so that's
Camry.
more about
Bryce.
that.
Bryce, can you make the Camry? Get working on that.
We need to go back and thank all these super chat people now. So DG started off with $5.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi from the moon sent $200. Lewis Martin Jr. $5. Thomas Crossan $4.99. Salaluge $25. Detailer Jeff $25. Jacob Hopkins $100. Bantish $4.99. My wife $25. Sterling Maxima.
You're going to be
$2.
trying to give that back, aren't you? When we go back.
Yeah, I got to find a way to get that out of there. Sterling Maxima 101 $5. Kevin forced induction drive $20, and he says, "Can I get my Camry poster autographed and sprayed with eraser?"
It'll be all runny.
Jeeper 1378 $49.99. He's what put us over the edge there. So.
Somebody like 12 years from now is going to have that like sitting in storage somewhere, and it's going to bring it out, and we're all going to just be howling over that. I know it.
Good stuff. So thank you to everyone.
We're going to sell 4 of them. It's going to cost me $2,000 to get this thing made, between labor and art and printing, and then you guys are going to buy 4 of them. I'm going to be so mad at you people.
We'll sell them live on the YouTube chat here one day. It's going to be good.
Oh boy.
Let's see. When will the Black Cox reels be available from Quattro Audi?
They're creating new product SKUs. I just talked to the guys at Cox yesterday. Said, what's going on? The new stainless swivel was I know it now. I put it on my reel. I've decided we're going to transition to all stainless. We have some stock here of the others, but all reels, black, silver, blue, are all going to have stainless swivels on them going in the future. So we got a lot of work to do, man, to get things organized.
Jason wants to know, what's the OG employee discount? OG store.
OG employee is 10 up, right? So moderators get that as well. And affiliates, I think I'm going to do affiliates with that as well. Affiliates will also get some free product when I have something I want them to talk about. But the influencer affiliates, we're going to have different levels of affiliation.
So that's our cost plus 10%.
Correct. Yeah. So 10 up was what that's what that would mean. So our cost plus 10% just to cover mainly to cover transaction fees and that you're going to use your credit card or whatever. And then a little bit for somebody to put in a box or something like that. But that's the employee discount.
Let's see. James says, sounds like I need to buy the Camry back and do some serious mods to race the Civic. The Civic wouldn't stand a chance.
Sadly, it probably is slower.
It would be pretty close.
Yeah.
Our friend Brian in California moved to Florida. Chris, start house shopping for me. I told you can come on live auction of Camry illustrations.
So remember, you just go watch the video, and I explain all of this crap.
Let's see. Yoshi says, no one buy a single one.
You're not allowed to put one up in this office either. I'm going to come out and this freaking thing's going to be off the wall, and he's going to be nailing some crooked, $1.99 Walmart frame in here.
Give me some good ideas.
It'll be like one of those frames, like the little chrome slide-on pieces that you had in like your room when you were a teenage girl.
Back when I was a teenager. Oh, man. Tanner says, can I get Chris to sign I Love Canada on my Camry poster?
Yep, you can have whatever you want.
You got to pay extra for that.
Yep. 25. He needs to get his $25 back. I'm keeping that one, too. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. What do you think of Autofiber mop on a stick? Would you ever consider using one? What is that? Is that like what's it called?
I'm not sure what
What's our microfiber madness one we have now?
Yeah, the pole, Incredipole.
Incredipole sounds like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't seen that. Ian didn't have it the last Detail Fest I was at, I don't think. Or if he did, I didn't see it.
Let's see. Tyler on Instagram wants to know what happened with the M3 water spots.
I still haven't fixed it yet. The ones on the trunk are good, so my process of heating is going to be good. It's got to get to the Civic, the poor M3. The positive is the M3 will be around for a long. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. I have no intentions at this moment in time. This whatever 2:10 p.m. and whatever number of seconds we have, because it could change 30 seconds from now. But I don't intend to sell it.
I want to see what Matt can do if he had to dump $30,000 into the Camry. That's good. Let's see. I need my Camry poster personally framed with shredded lettuce in the frame. That's a good idea, James.
Yeah.
Here's a good question I saw on Instagram from Jeff's Detailing, because we were just talking about this the other day.
So is that our Jeff or is this some other Jeff?
No, this is another.
Okay.
This is
Ours
Jeff's
is Jeff the Detailer, right?
Okay. And Jeff the emailer and Jeff the retailer. He's got lots of names.
Poor guy. He's 20 years old and he gets picked on by everybody all day. Kyle and Jeff take the most heat in this place.
That is true. In the job description, we need to put you're going to be the most hated person after Jeff going forward.
Oh, boy.
Will the M5 winner be announced live? And does anything else come with the car, parts, OG gear, etc.?
Let's proclamate this now. So we do it live. And assuming that, what's her name? McKay, Pat McKay, is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
Pam McKay. Assuming that the 90-year-old lady in St. Augustine Beach that has never seen anything or knows anything about the car but sends in 27 envelopes a week, assuming she doesn't win, if you win and you come and get it, I will load that frickin' car from floor to ceiling with detailing stuff. Save us the trouble. But if I got to ship it, it's going to cost me a bunch of money. But I'm going to get that thing on a truck like the next day. I have the title sitting on my butler's pantry thinger, that little black weird little cubby thing where my computer sits. And it's if you come and get it, I'll be sure to fill up at least the trunk. That's a big trunk, but we'll get you a bunch of packages of stuff. So save me the pain.
All right, this is from on Instagram, One Mess at a Time. I didn't get my question in time last week, so here it goes. When will the dialed-in shirts be back in stock in large?
Oh yeah, what's going on with that? Can you order some? We need to order a bunch of all of those.
Right. Well, we're gonna have an apparel kind of.
Oh, they're doing an inventory count.
Right. And sort of a come out with some new stuff, but we'll talk more about that.
Yeah. That shirt's staying, and we got to get moving on getting those ordered.
Red Eye Andy says, I got my OG bibs tomorrow. Can't wait. Excellent. That's cool. Chris Ray says, so how much do you want for your M3?
Is that right now?
Everything's,
we just asked?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's for sale, Chris.
$100,000, you can have it. And then I'll go buy another one.
Speaking of which, Trust Me It's Real wants to know if you are keeping the M3, are you still considering supercharging it?
Probably not. If I keep it, I still have the dream of doing it with Steve Dinan, doing this Dinan Stroker. But I do want to change the suspension so I can get it lower. I think I'm going to do TE37s on it. Because the Civic won't last very long. I love TE37s. And if you do the offsets and the suspension set up right, they look pretty sick. In 19s, not 18s. And then I'm going to do the F80 carbon car. And so the M3 will get some love here coming up someday, at some point, because the GT4 is coming. I got to resubmit. I made some tweaks to the GT4, so I'm going to confirm with them, and then I'll probably make a GT4 video next week of what it's going to be, what the spec is.
You may have already answered this earlier, but I don't understand all the terminology here. What suspension do you plan on using for the SI?
Oh man, it's going to be super complicated, but I'm doing hard race. Let's see, camber adjust, like the upper camber joint thinger. Just take everything that hard race makes, which is front frame brace. They don't make adjustable sway bar end links, so I had to order some blocks. I actually talked to Hard Race, and they said we talked about blocks being a little cheap, but they actually make some really high quality rear sway, adjustable sway bar end links. So those are ordered. We have like the hard race rear sway bar, rear lower control arms, upper control arms, knuckles, roll center adjuster. The question is, can we do a roll center adjuster and a drop forks? I think you do either or, but I bought both of them just to see. And then I'm doing a Moton, a custom valved street setup with likely Swift springs and a full custom Moton 3-way ridiculous suspension. So it's gonna be freaking awesome. And then I ordered. Did I talk about it? Yeah, I already said that. TE37 RTs, Desmond Regamasters, Spoon SW388s, RE30s, and CE28N. So all 5 wheels. 3 of them should be here next week.
All right, let's see. Photoboy310 says, can you explain the fix to your $7,000 Apple monitor?
Yeah, so again, the problem with the monitor was that you want to run. So there's a single Thunderbolt connection, Thunderbolt 2 connection that runs from the output of the MacBook Pro to the input of the monitor, and I had connected also through Thunderbolt a secondary Thunderbolt connection that runs from the MacBook Pro directly into the Apollo Twin X, which is a dual processing, audio interface for mic and if you're like guitar player, stuff like that. And so that interface is then through I had a TRS, which is a 1/4 inch TRS connection to RCA, just because that's the cable that I had, to RCA connected to my studio monitors that are powered, the Dynaudio studio monitors. So MacBook to the Apple display. The Apple display was powering the MacBook Pro through that Thunderbolt connection. Thunderbolt to audio interface through TRS to RCA out to my speakers. Speakers are then plugged into the the outlet in the wall. And so when I did that, because the whole point of the Apple monitor, one of it is it'll power. It has 93 watts or 90. Yeah, I think it's 93 watt power supply, so I can power my MacBook Pro without having to run an external power supply. So that was causing all kinds of feedback and noise, like that, buzzing, sounded like aliens were communicating with us. And so the interim fix was take the Apple brick or the separate, 93 watt power supply, plug it into the Apple MacBook first. Then I could plug the Apple monitor in, and I'd have like maybe 10% of the feedback or the noise. And so I was waiting on TRS to XLR cables to show up. I'd ordered them from Sweetwater. And so I was going to send the monitor back. I already had a return label and everything. At first glance, I hated the anti-glare because I was, nitpicking and micromanaging it. And I'm looking at for the, 4 flaws at that point. And so I'd assumed I was going to send the monitor back. And I was like, let me just see what happens. I'm going to plug in. I was planning on buying a Mac Pro. I had priced it all out. And figured out what I was going to build myself and what I was going to buy for it, and just pony up the cash, use some Amex points. And I'd actually cashed in the Amex points in anticipation of doing it. And then I plugged in the XLR cables, which have a separate grounding pin, and whisper quiet. I could then unplug the Apple brick. The monitor's powering the MacBook, no problem. And so that was the solve for the issue. And what it is a combination. So audio interface, 2 Thunderbolts, power supplies, and all of that stuff. And so we needed the grounding capability of the XLR cables to solve the problem. And now it's whisper quiet and perfect.
There you go. Let's see.
But I'll be doing a desk tour. I'm waiting on wire chases to come from Amazon that I've ordered, so I can clean up the wiring, finish the wiring. I need to pick. I'm getting a Yellowtech mic boom. I need to decide which one to get. I'm probably going to get the long one like I have there, and so I want to do an Shure SM7B and a Yellowtech, but I'll do it in the matte black version. That'll plug into the audio interface, so I have a mic if I need it for voiceover and stuff. And then I want to do an acoustic panel like this here from GIK Acoustics on the back wall. And then finish up the wiring. I got a Dynaudio 9-inch subwoofer, and so it's super legit. So Jeff the emailer will be when he gets my desk. He'll have a real sweet setup because when I run out of room, and I've got 4 people working at that desk, getting it all cheeseburgered up or Chick-fil-A sauced up. Yeah.
Jason Wolverton here in the chat has a shirt idea for the Civic giveaway. Picture of the SI TAC maxed out. Caption reads "Tunnel Flybys." He's a previous 99 SI owner and Corvette owner, looking forward to the SI content more than the Corvette. So there you go.
Yep, there was a tunnel at Villanova that I called Matt Mormon Tunnel, which was my favorite thing to you time it so that it gets into VTEC right when you hit the middle of the tunnel. I thought that was so cool.
Andrew says here, Matt, sell the CarPro Sky Blue air freshener. It smells like a racer and lasts for months. I've heard of that stuff. Because the racer smells awesome. And somebody told me they make that in a air freshener. May have to try it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Let's see. Will Matt ever buy a BMW Matte car? M-A-T-T-E car.
Yeah, maybe someday. I've almost done it several times.
He has a frozen red E92 M3, and there's a different art to washing a matte car, he says.
Certainly, yeah.
All right, Christopher on Facebook says, you mentioned on another podcast about buying the Flex vacuums to test.
Yep.
Does this mean the OG vac solution will not be wall-mounted?
No, we'll have both. Just like we have a portable and wall-mounted pressure washer system. I want a wall-mounted system, custom install system for my wash bay, for my eventual garage, for HQ, but we'd also want a portable one for those who can't, set that up. So this is the start of it. They approved our Flex account yesterday. So the order's being processed, so we should have a whole bunch of Flex product-specific videos. If we're lucky, we'll have it for the GT3 RS detail. Billy and Gabe are coming up, and we're going to get the RS dialed in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going down to Ryan at Auto Paint Guard to do full S-Tech, S-Tech Dynashield. Then Billy's going to do Halo on the car. Halo is G-Technic's PPF-specific coating, and then we'll ship the car back, or Billy will bring it back. I also ordered the S21 RS wheels for this. I guess Tag started making them again through Vossen, so those are ordered with Michelin Pilot Super Sports to get rid of the goofy green line. I've been planning on doing that, but they just didn't have the wheels, and so I got them, and they'll be here hopefully next week.
Let's see, this question is from Zoli in the chat here. Will you guys make or sell a portable extension cord reel for mobile detailers?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of Cox stuff I want to do. I want to do the, their vacuum hose reel as well. It's just, it's slow going. We got to figure, each product takes so much effort. But yeah, they make, what's it called? It's not the PC-13. I think it's a PC-9 or something. I forget the model of it, but they make a small little mini reel that would be sweet. You can put a 25, or I think they still make the mini reel with a 50-foot. They just don't make it an easy coil. I love the easy coil stuff so much. But yeah, I think we'll have something you could apply to mobile. Just note, you guys notice that I don't, there are some, there's a percentage of people that are doing mobile detailing and stuff, and certainly many of you guys have adapted a lot of the solutions that I have, but for me to spend a lot of time and money catering to such a small niche, I mean, what we're doing is already small enough, so I'm giving people information, and then the mobile guys can kind of figure it out from there. So I'm getting the mobile guys 50% of the way there. I'm getting the garage guy 95% of the way there. But you can kind of come up with solutions via the greater solutions that we're creating, and not so much creating, but making available to people, making it known.
All right, let's see. Dave here in the chat says, "Good day from Australia. Just placed my first order.
Nice.
Pressure washer solution package for my Karcher. Thank you."
So I'm
awesome,
sure
Dave.
he gets probably to pay almost what he paid for the solution to get it there. But if you want it, that's what we got to do.
Rob's Mobile Detailing, I think he's up in the Atlanta area somewhere, said, "Finally made it to one of these podcasts live." So glad you could join us, Rob.
Sweet.
Mario wants to know, will you be talking about your CFP financial planning experiences in more detail in the next month or two after all the stuff is done?
Yeah, on Inside the Hex only. I don't want anybody coming after me. So yeah, I'm going to tell the story and probably a little bit more. I have no intention of providing anybody any advice. And other than, I'm sharing my experiences with the business. Sometimes I'll talk about where I'm putting cash and things like that, but I have no interest in talking about, what stock to buy and what financial advice people should get. I'm done with that. In fact, I finally made the call last week. It's hard for most financial advisors. Most financial advisors won't want me as their client because they're in fear of that I'm going to be annoying. I'm sure. The thing is, I don't give a crap. And so I called one of my former, mentors to see if he would be interested in managing the money. Again, I'm doing it myself at Schwab, but I have no interest in it. I literally have not looked at it one time in the last 12 months. I don't even know how much is in there. It's probably down 40%. I own a couple $100,000 of Facebook and I don't know $100,000 of Google and Amazon, but I mostly own indexes, and so I'm likely going to be hiring someone, and they'll be able to he'll take care of everything. That's what we're talking about there. Shoot, how do I not know about this?
Sky Blue car perfume,
Get
8
me
milliliters.
that. Yeah, get me that.
All right, we'll put it on the next order.
Yeah.
Well, it looks kind of. Are you supposed to hang that from something?
Yeah, I don't want that in my freaking car.
No.
Maybe you can put it in the glove box
Yeah,
or something.
Cut that thing.
Yeah.
Looks like some weird.
I would want a spray that I can just spray on the carpet.
All right, let's see. Oh, we have another super chat here. Sterling Maxima 101. Any update on the 200-foot garden hose? Had to jump into meetings, not sure if you answered. 200-foot garden hose?
Might
be talking to Kyle about that.
Yeah, he may be. I think he asked me about it. I said we can probably order one. It's kind of hard to get them to make one-off stuff for us. You could always just screw it together. Take 200 footers and screw it together. But I wouldn't say we can't do it. We probably can. But it would be probably 4 or 5 weeks to get one.
Yeah, that supplier Sterling has already kind of slowed down anyway. They're in California.
Yeah,
so
freaking California.
We're working with it, but we can do it. It just might take some time. Let's see. Wayne says, by the way, thanks for buying 1 million microfiber towels, so we don't have to. Package arrived with some OG spec towels this week.
Dang, we're almost out of them, aren't we?
Yeah, we're getting low on some of them.
Yeah, we need towels. We keep between 1,500 and 1,000 of each towel, and we can't keep them. It's freaking awesome.
Let's see. Dave, our buddy in Australia, said, yep, postage was a killer, but worth it. Could get a version here, but honoring the source. So thanks, Dave. That's
awesome. Thanks, man.
Paolo wants to know, new subscriber here, still working through your backlog of content, but have you done a thorough review of vacuums, both garage wall mounted as well as portable?
Not yet. That's on the docket. I'm getting more annoyed by the day when I use a vacuum, so we're getting close. Getting close to getting my annoyance level up to the point to where I need to get working on it.
Let's see. R. Rick 4010 says, greetings from Belgium. Great work you're doing. Thanks for all you've done.
Cool.
Thanks.
What time is it in Belgium?
Let's see. They got to be at least like 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So.
8 p.m.-ish.
Yeah. Rob's Mobile Detailing wants to know, is it possible to run water through an air hose reel?
Yes, that's actually what Cox does. Is they just convert no, air hose reel would be difficult. But again, a reel is a reel. So if it has a 3/8 inlet, you just have to convert it to GHT, 3/4 inch GHT. So I'm sure you probably could. You just don't want spring-loaded reels for rubber hoses that that aren't air generally. Like I don't want hydraulic lines, or I don't want. I generally don't want to put like a pressure washer hose or a garden hose on a spring-loaded reel. So it's just not very ergonomic.
Let's see. Oh, in Belgium, it's, what is that, 8:30? Yeah. So he's 6 hours ahead. How's the zebra cake supply in Florida? Shane Wendell wants to know.
Crap, I haven't had a zebra cake in a long time.
Yeah. We did have some cake for lunch, though. Some Betty cakes.
Do we still have more?
I think Chad.
Oh, what kind of crap is that? I was going to go snag some more out there.
Nick wants to know, is the MTM foam cannon in stock? Yes, it is. The Krinsla Solution configurator online doesn't allow the selection of a foam cannon. I think that's because it's still tied to the old foam cannon. But yes,
Yeah,
that
Bryce
is
is too lazy to get it done. He just won't do it. He hates that configurator.
Is Matt gonna ride the bike anytime soon? When's the last time Matt rode the bike?
Yeah, not anytime recently. I've been freaking running around, working my face off, making content, creating chaos. That's that left no time for anything else.
Dale's checking in the chat here. Greetings from South Africa. Awesome. So excited for the Civic build. You should do an E30 M3 OG spec. Is that the one you don't like?
Yeah. Stinky and old.
Mm.
The
Sorry, Dale.
Yeah, I don't know if I can ride a mountain bike. You know, the governor, is an expert in all things, says that you probably shouldn't do that.
Santos is open again.
It was closed?
Yeah, they closed it.
What?
Everything was roped off.
I'd have walked right over that rope. Who decides this crap? Get out of here.
It was closed for a couple weeks, but it's reopened now.
Oh, my gosh.
That's one place you can get away from people. But
Oh, my word. What is wrong with this world? People are so stupid. How about we just do what we want? Why are you telling me what to do? Somebody who doesn't know what to do is telling me what to do. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Get out of here.
All right. Well, this is good. We're a good one to end it on here, because I got a fraud alert when my wife paid $25 to Google YouTube.
Decline.
Oh man, that's funny. And just to bring this up again, hey, I saw that Matt. This is a text from a mutual friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
I won't identify this person yet.
Oh,
publicly.
boy.
I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, he's trying to get a deal or trying to get a one-up on me.
Saw Matt is liquidating a lot of his gym equipment. Any way to hold stuff prior to tomorrow morning? This person is not watching the podcast, I guarantee you, but this is what Matt was talking about earlier. And when I tell you who it is, you're really going to love it even more.
Oh, my word. Yeah.
All right.
God dang it, people. I'm trying to do what's right here. And, it's like, just everybody gets the same shake here. And trying to eliminate this, like, well, because everybody wants a special deal, they're going to want a special time because they can't come.
VIP access.
We're not allowed to go anywhere, but because everything's roped off, but yet no one can come on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. because their brothers, sisters, uncles, has a birthday party at 9 a.m. Who the heck has a birthday party at 9 a.m.? Get out of here. If you want to buy crap, I've set up a nice time on the weekend when you can come. You can't go anywhere, do anything anyway because we're not allowed to, because somebody decided we're not allowed to for some reason. And instead of just making up your own rules and living your own life. Yeah, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. If you want some gym equipment, don't text me, don't email me. Just show up and buy it, and no negotiating. Sorry for the R word. That one came out on me there. I was getting too fired up. You're not supposed to say that one. A child of the 80s. What can I say?
Different times. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We had almost 400 people tune in at once. That's awesome.
Cool.
And Camry posters we'll get with Bryce. We'll get all that figured out, and we'll let you know.
Oh, I'd already forgotten about that. I was getting too angry about the negotiating.
Looking forward to it. Can I get a special deal on a Camry poster?
Get out of here. See you later, people.
See you guys next week.
Bryce already has that Camry poster already made.